I am in the northernmost part of the country, in the northernmost city called Arusha. Just to my north is the mighty Mount Kilimanjaro. It stands at nearly 19,400 feet in elevation, and this town stands in its shadow. And then to my east over here is the amazing Serengeti National Park, where you can see all the wild animals. Then to my south is the great African savanna and the Maasai steppe. To my west is the Indian Ocean and the island paradise of Zanzibar. It's a beautiful morning. I have some coffee. The birds are singing. The flowers are in bloom. And I am just excited that you're here and that you are joining me today. Well, today I'm going to take a brief tour of Bagamoyo, show you some amazing things about the history of this beautiful little colonial town. I will be leaving Bagamoyo, trekking west and north, and headed alongside the Usambara mountain range, and then skirting the North Pare Mountains, or finding a hotel here in the shadow of Mount Kilimanjaro right there. And then tomorrow I'll be headed over to Arusha, and I'll make this my base camp for hitting all this area here, including the Serengeti. So that is the plan today. I'm just so amazed by this place called the Travelers Lodge. And let me just show you some video here that I took of this amazing place. If you like my videos, if you enjoy the content, would you do me a favor? Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and share some love with me. Give me a thumbs up and a comment if you wouldn't mind. Well, thank you so much. It was a delightful stay. Give Helen my regards, and we'll see you again soon. Yeah. Off to Arusha. She fires right up. All right. That was Frank. He and his wife are the owners of the Travelers Lodge. Now, first thing this morning is we're going to head north to the Catholic Church. This Catholic Church is started by the Holy Spirit Brethren, an order of the Catholic Church that was started to help refugees. The significance of this is that they came here to East Africa because Bagamoyo was the eastern terminus of the East African slave trade. This is where all of the slaves were brought to from all over the eastern side of the continent so that they could be boarded on slave ships and sent over to Zanzibar, Stone Town. Now, it bears mentioning that this town has been around since the 8th century. And it was finally, I guess, incorporated in the late 1700s by the Portuguese, I believe. And here we are at the Catholic Church. I'm going to park here because I just want to talk a little bit about it before I leave. Behind me is the new church, which was built in the early 1900s because the old church was destroyed. The mission house here to my left is also a museum that talks about the significant history of the Bagamoyo Catholic Church and Parish. There's artifacts in there from different periods and lots of literature. Behind me here to my left is the old Catholic Church. But the significance of this location is the fact that David Livingstone's body was interned here in this building. Bagamoyo in Swahili means lay down your heart. And sadly, hundreds of thousands of East African slaves knew this was the end of the line, and there was no going back once they were transferred to Zanzibar for their final sale. The fathers that worked here in the late 1700s, 1800s, and early 1900s were abolitionists. They found their calling by rescuing slaves. Out of their own meager earnings, the priests would buy slaves, bring them here, and set them free. And this part of the grounds used to represent a place called Freedom City. The ground on which I'm standing right here housed 1,000 slaves that were either rescued or set free. And here is where they learned to trade, learned how to do business, and were safe from either being re-enslaved or extorted or taken advantage of. Upon a little research, I discovered that this is a significant place of burial for the abolitionist priest of the Holy Spirit order. So let's go down to the port, and I want to give you a bird's eye view of what the slaves would see. Right now we're headed south from the Catholic Church to the old part of town, or what was commonly referred to as the slaves' quarters. Today it's the art district. And it's been partially restored and has an old world charm. The beachfront is just over here, 50 feet. It's right on the ocean. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to turn and go down towards the port to give you an idea of how close we are to the ocean. And this is where I wanted to take you here, to the former slave port. You can see a boat docked there now, but this is what it looked like. And all right, let's see if we can get out of here. All right, this concludes my short tour of Bagamoyo, the historic colonial city which was the eastern terminus of the African slave trade. What a delightful little town. If your plans include Tanzania anytime soon, I would definitely put this on the list. The commercial district is here on my right. There's a lot of stores, supermarkets, car washes. I am leaving Bagamoyo. I just turned off the road in a small village called Mambo, and it's connected to a beautiful national park. I did not plan on paying a visit
to the park today, but I've been making good time. Mostly road today, not too much to show. And I thought I might as well pay a little visit. So it's up a mountain road here, and it's in the West Usambara, Lesotho Mountains. And apparently there's a lot of ecotourism. Here we go into the national forest of the Usambara Mountains. Maybe it'll be a little cooler. It's been 95 degrees all day. Some of you might wonder why I'm not wearing my riding jacket. Well, when it's 85 degrees and higher, I ditch the jacket. The heat builds up and I get heat exhaustion very quickly, and I cannot replace those fluids. I sweat like you wouldn't believe, and it just takes me a long time to replace all those fluids. So here we go, climbing through Mambo into the national forest. Would you take a look at the pretty purple flowering tree? And it's dropping these beautiful leaves on the ground. There are so many different varieties of flowers here in Africa. It just blows my mind. It's almost like the Garden of Eden. Well, it says I need to practice utmost caution here because of falling rocks. Oh, look at the mountain stream here. Check it out. Isn't that a scene out of National Geographic? Farmer has his little shed there on the ridge, and just beyond the ridge, beautiful waterfalls. Did I tell you that I'm a mountain person? I really love the mountains, much more than the sea. It just makes me feel so peaceful inside. Just above Mambo, check it out. Well, I think I found downtown. Haha. For real. Wow, I think I found my place to stay here. Homestay. Free Wi-Fi. Surguma Hills. Homestay? Homestay. Homestay.
Homestay.
There.
Yeah.
Jumbo. Jumbo. Whee! Where's the homestay? Jumbo. Do you know where the homestay is? The homestay. Oh, there, okay. Found this adorable little bed and breakfast for 20 bucks a night. And it's run by this sweet lady. Her name is Esther, but it is the Kialilo Green Garden Motel. Down in the valley today, it was 95 degrees all day. So I hightailed it into the mountains, about 25 miles, 30 miles off track, because I wanted cool, dry weather. And it's just beautiful here. Look at this place. It's just nestled in a valley. It's a beautiful morning. It's cool and dry. Yay!
Look, a lot of rain.
Oh, thank you. They
Yeah.
look so good.
Good.
Yeah, fantastic.
Perfect.
Mr. Chagaman.
Chagaman. Welcome.
Eggs, banana, coffee. Thank you. And there she is, all packed up. KANENAS. She's gonna take me to where I need to go today.
See the sun looking down from below. Hear the call rising up, setting fire to my soul. We don't know where we are, but it don't matter in the wild. Here we go, making moves, ready or not tonight. Like a bullet, speeding car. I'll be right on the let's do it. Oh, you know I'm up for anything. Up for anything. Up for anything.
Well, adventure riding wouldn't be any fun without adventurous food. So I decided to stop. It's about noon, time for lunch. And I want to try some local food. I'm about an hour away from Arusha. The ride today was about 200 miles. So I've got about 100 kilometers to go, and I thought it might be a good time for me to get a snack. So this is where I stopped. Vegetable. Looks like beef. This beef stew even comes complete with intestines. So here goes the intestines. A little chewy, but it's good. Well, the adventure eating cost me $1. So we'll see how it sits with my stomach, but it tastes pretty good. Back on my motorcycle here and headed down the road. So this is the halfway point right here. And I'll see if I can stop up here, park, and get a photo. Well, I just arrived a few minutes ago at this significant landmark in downtown Arusha. Can you see that clock tower behind me? See it there? That clock tower and this plaza is the halfway point between Cape Town, South Africa, and Cairo, Egypt.